Arnold Bennett's How to Live on 24 Hours a Day begins with a simple yet profound observation: everyone, regardless of wealth or status, has exactly the same amount of time each day, 24 hours. The story Bennett weaves is not about a hero battling dragons, but about an individual, much like you and me, grappling with the one enemy no one can conquer: wasted time. Picture a man, a busy, tired clerk, trudging home after a long day at work. His life is a predictable loop: wake, work, eat, sleep, and repeat. He dreams of better things but feels trapped, convinced that he has no time for improvement. One day, while waiting at a train station, he notices a fellow passenger reading intently, completely absorbed. Curious, he strikes up a conversation. "Do you never feel tired after work?" the clerk asks. The reader looks up and smiles. "I do, but I've realized something. If I don't make time for what I love, I'll spend my entire life wondering why I never changed." This brief encounter plants a seed in the clerk's mind. In Bennett's narrative, you can imagine him stepping into the role of a mentor for this man. His advice is simple yet transformative: you cannot add hours to your day, but you can change how you use them. The mentor explains that time is like a blank canvas offered to everyone each morning. Most people squander it, filling it with unimportant distractions. But the key to living fully is seizing those hours, particularly the few precious ones outside of work, and making them count. You have 2 hours in the evening, the mentor says. What if you used just 30 minutes for something meaningful? Not for work, not for chores, but for yourself. Reading, writing, learning a skill. The clerk decides to experiment the next evening. Instead of collapsing in his chair and mindlessly reading the newspaper, he pulls out a slim volume of philosophy, something he's always wanted to explore. At first, it's difficult. His mind rebels, urging him to relax, to let go, but he persists. A week passes, then too slowly, he notices a change. His mind feels sharper, his thoughts clearer. The simple act of dedicating a sliver of his day to personal growth begins to ripple across his entire life. He feels more alive. Months later, the man is unrecognizable. He still works the same job, takes the same train, and eats at the same dinner table, but he carries himself differently. He has started learning French, taken an interest in art, and even begun writing essays. The once dreary hours of his life are now vibrant and purposeful. One evening, as he sits reading on the train, he notices another weary clerk staring at him curiously. The clerk leans over and asks, "How do you find the time?" The man smiles. "I don't find time," he replies, "I make it." Through this engaging tale, Bennett teaches us that we don't need to overhaul our entire lives to live better. The smallest changes, a half hour of intentional effort each day, can yield extraordinary results. It's not about having more time. It's about making the most of what you already have. This story, like the book itself, is an invitation. Bennett challenges us to look at our own 24 hours with fresh eyes. Will you let them slip through your fingers, or will you seize them and make them your own?